Today, road cycling takes center stage. When last we were here, Portuguese rider Rui Costa took the win in a brilliant tactical race over French rider Eric Federico. This year, both men are back and prepared to do battle once again. Yet they must contend with Simon Gerrans, the Australian champion, coming off an impressive win at the Quebec Grand Prix. What's more, Peter Sagan of Slovakia is ready to showcase his considerable Tour de France talents and is respected and feared by the peloton. Then there's Canada's Giro d'Italia winner Ryder Hesjedal. Can he delight the thousands of partisan fans and take a victory on home soil? The Grand Prix of Montreal is next.
Lead here as they're coming to the bell in about a kilometer. Got under the Flamme Rouge, so next lap that will be the kilometer to go sign. Again, up front there's baggage up there. Paolini hasn't taken a pull in a couple minutes. Neither has the AG2R rider or Visconti. The other riders won't like that, and that's going to kind of sabotage this effort here. As I look back, I see good groupings from Spider Tech. I see kind of a free-for-all back there, but this gap isn't established by any stretch. It's going to probably be shut down in this corner as Europcar and Vauclair himself gets dive-bombed by Bossenhagen. Now, Bossenhagen has experience touching the ground in that corner, but he gets through clean. He kind of gets a hole shot there and is going to continue his effort to try to close this gap to the 7 leaders.
And maybe because of what happened there last year, he's more sensitive to it.
Absolutely. He probably did it a few times in training the day between the two races, as looks like Vauclair's going to bridge. This is a great effort by Vauclair. He's going to bridge. Can he make it? Paolini checks his 6, sees Vauclair coming across. He's probably yelling in front, go faster. We don't want Vauclair anywhere near this break.
Some of the world's great riders, though, in that peloton now. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go in this dramatic race. Oh, what a day we've had. And you are going to see some hurt going up that hill.
There's a lot of fresh legs left in this race, so I expect this time up the Camille to be very fast. There's Hugo Hull doing a great job bringing Francois Parisien. This is great to see Spider Tech, the Pro Conti team from Canada, dictating some serious tactics at the end of a very difficult race. Great job by our young under 23 rider. He's even an espoir. He's not even a senior elite rider yet, and he's doing this kind of damage to this field. Great job positioning him, coming into the climb for the very last time to Mount Royal.
You know Steve Bauer, what do you think he's telling his charges out there?
I think he's giving them all kinds of encouragement, and they're definitely responding with a stellar ride here, especially by Hugo Hull here with Parisien straight on the wheel. So Parisien, 10th in Quebec, not known for his patience, but he's certainly shown maturity as we have a new attack from Saxo Bank. That looks like Dave Tanner, the Australian rider. He's had success in Quebec in the past. He's won a stage in the Grand Prix de Beauce. Definitely Tanner there. He's a very fast finisher as well, but looking like he's got his climbing legs on today. Great gap already he's opened up, a huge gap as Sagan and Bossenhagen shoulder to shoulder there, mano a mano in the group, but they need some teammates, they need some help, and that's what they're getting with Movistar. And Rui Costa taking up chase of this rider, David Tanner, Australian rider for Team Saxo Bank.
To him?
Well, it's still early on the climb. There's still a long way to go as we have Kolobnev now, the Russian single-day specialist, taking a big turn. This is the flatter part of the climb. Yep, Dave Tanner. Sure enough, I directed against him when I was when he was on the Flyvie Australia team when he won that beautiful stage in Thetford Mines at the Grand Prix de Beauce. Hesitation, that looks like a Veilleux from Europcar on the right. David Veilleux now, the Canadian rider, the hometown hero. Let's see if he can bridge the gap. This is great to see. David Veilleux of Quebec got about a 20-meter gap on the field. He's putting in a big effort. Let's see if he can go across to Tanner and make a duo, getting support from the crowd.
He is so tough. And perhaps he is drawing inspiration there.
Hegedal now responding from the left-hand side of your screen. That's Ryder Hegedal, the Canadian rider from Garmin Sharp. Finally, we see Ryder Hegedal in the race, putting the hammer down. This is the form that won him the Giro d'Italia.
Hegedal making a move at perhaps the right time. The Canadians looking great so far in this race.
Yes, Veilleux and Hegedal. Now, if they can hook up. Venedert now responding to Hegedal. Gets to his back wheel. Hegedal with that familiar grimace. As we see the elbows out of David Veilleux. Has a reputation for those elbows in his breaks in the Paris-Roubaix Classic, as Hegedal pushing a big gear. He's on the big ring, on the steepest part of this climb in the Mount Royal. Looking back, checking what the damage is. He's got his teammate Wegman close behind, as Veilleux makes it to the back wheel of David Tanner.
And one thing Ryder Hegedal told us is he thought this course fit his style of riding perhaps better than the Quebec City course.
Absolutely, this is his strength. This long, sustained climb at a high output. This is right up his alley. Let's see if he's got the legs today, as Veilleux grimaces, goes by, crash. That is Brakovic pointing fingers at the Omega Pharma rider. They would have been pretty far forward, right in the middle of our field.
Oh, disappointing for them. Just two of them go down, though.
Little John between the two riders. Brakovic looks the worse for wear. Is that Chiolek, 62. But that is Chiolek. That's one of our sprinters that can climb. That's unfortunate for Omega Pharma, as we have a new attack from Radio Shack and another attack, a duo attack from Team Sky. That's Thomas Lukvist with his teammate Boston Hagen on the wheel, the Norwegian champ, followed by Simon Gerrans, the Australian champ, the winner in Quebec, and Rui Costa. We have an all-star cast here in the front of the race in Montreal.
And the big guns, the big names are flexing their muscles now.
Team Sky now, this is great teamwork. You see the Norwegian champ, don't be fooled. That's Team Sky rider Boston Hagen behind his teammate. It looks like Lukvist. Yeah. Gerrans looks super composed though, third wheel. You look at him, he's barely flinching as Costa is grimacing. Kolobnev, fifth wheel, mouth the gap. It's good to see Ryder Hegedal, 10th wheel now. This is an all-star, a royal group here on the front. There's Hegedal cresting about 10th wheel. We got fractures and gaps all over the place. Guys scrambling, trying to get back on. There's Vogler, he's out of it. Can he get back on? We'll see on this descent. It's not an easy descent to chase back on. You have to pedal quite a bit. There's Veilleux tagged on the back of the second group. These guys can't hesitate too long. There's Hegedal now, getting aero. Great to see the Giro d'Italia champion showing his colors here in Quebec. He didn't have the race he wanted in Quebec City, but he's flying the flag now for Canada. And Garmin Sharp taking a drink. Very important to keep those fuel levels up. Throws it aside. If only someone knew that was the Hegedal bottle, there'd be a bigger scrum for it. But again, Hegedal, everyone knows he wants to win. He's done a very good turn here when there could have been a hesitation. You see Chavanel out of sorts with Pinot, his teammate. But Hegedal now has to start taking. He's given a little bit at an important time, and yes, he's talking to other riders. He's got a teammate in Wegman. Wegman in the white as German champ could do well by driving this, as you get a signal from the Rabobank rider. Exactly that. We need to rotate. We have 20 riders. Everyone needs to do their share, but you know what? I see Peter Sagan at the back. No one wants to take that guy to the finish.
Hegedal making a move right now. Look at this. Hegedal was disappointed by his race up in Quebec, and he said that was the first race he's had back since the London Games. He needed to ride into this thing.
Yes, that's right. You know, Quebec was a shock to the system for any rider, but certainly one that's had a bit of a break. He's regrouped. He had a disappointing Olympics. He's regrouped. He's done event-specific training. There's Luis Leon Sanchez, Dumoulin from Cofidis right there. Veilleux still there, 38. So we have many clients here for the victory still, as Hegedal gives Kolobnev a bit of a boost. That looks like Gesselin from Francis Desjeux putting in a dig here on the front. Hegedal looks back. He wants more cooperation. He's not going to give everyone all his efforts just to drag them up the road. So good tactical sense by Hegedal. He has to kind of reshuffle in the back and let some of these other guys take up chase. He's got a teammate in the white shoulders of the German champ, Fabian Wegman, who can do some of the dirty work now. We still got one more climb. There's Lucas User of Spider Tech, Fedrigo, second place last year. This might be second group. We'll see what they say on the graphic here. But I believe this is the second peloton. So these guys, if they don't chase soon, but this is not a good foreshadowing for these guys. If they want to win the race, they need to be up front. You see the first group disappearing up in the distance. Vogler's tagged onto the back. He's made it. We got one more climb of the Polytechnique. Could this be the climb to launch a victory, winning attack, Peter?
Yes, it certainly could be. If not, it will certainly be the sprint around that final turn.
Well, nobody wants to drag Sagan. See, that's what everyone's kind of computing in their minds. There's Chris Anker Sorensen there of Saxo Bank leading the charge. Team Sky has a couple riders. They don't want Sagan around. These guys can't hesitate. They either got to attack or do something to get rid of Peter Sagan. There's Vogler. Gerrans is there.
Gerrans with a national championship jersey of Australia.
You see those green and yellow bands. That was prominent in Quebec with the victory salute. We got Hegedal on the right. We got one more climb of the Polytechnique coming up. Could he have enough legs? He's done a lot of work in this. There's Greg Van Avermaet now, the BMC rider, the second place in Quebec. He's taking matters in his own hands. He's got hesitation. He's got the gap. We'll see if it's enough. Going into Polytechnique. It's going to be very hard to keep going if you're redlined at the foot of a very steep climb like the Polytechnique. Here's the right turn. He's yelling at the camera to get the heck out of the way. He needs all the momentum he can to get up this very difficult climb.
Van Avermaet very, very focused right now.
Hegedal is very close to the front as he attacks. Hegedal responds in behind. Can he bridge up to Van Avermaet? And most, can he get away from that group, especially Sagan? He lays it down, yes. He's got a bit of a gap, responded by Rabobank. Can he go bottom to top, bridge to the gap, bridge to Van Avermaet, and make a formidable duo here? In the closing stages of this race, it's only 6K to go, remind everyone. It's only 6K to go from the top of this climb to the finish line as the pack and the Rabobank rider kind of grinds his way back to the back wheel. Vogler checks behind, sees what kind of gap he has as the main peloton is not out of it, but if they're going to come across clean, that's a big, as Sagan himself now says, oh yeah, Hegedal, I can climb too.
Sagan coming up alongside rider Hegedal. Now he's put the hurt on him here just a little bit.
Gerrans is responding, same with the Sky teammate of Bossenhagen too. Gerrans now kicks. What a finale. Gerrans on the kind of the shelf in the middle of this climb. He's got to get his momentum up for the final steep part here. This is the last incline of the race, so this is pretty much the best place to attack. There's still other small places, but this is the last hill of the race.
And in the history of these Quebec Grand Prix, we've never had a repeat winner. One that is won in Montreal, one that is won in Quebec. That's got to be going through Gerrans' mind now.
He's looking pretty good. Again, he's got that poker face. You see Kolobnev third wheel here. He's nothing about poker face for that Russian rider. As three riders now eke out a small advantage, and it looks like it's left up to Sagan himself to super tuck and try to close the gap. But this could wear on a rider like Sagan. Sprinters don't like kind of investing in chasing down. They want other people to do it for them. So this is a good tactic by these three riders if they have teammates to take advantage of the work that Sagan is doing here, coming down the screaming fast descent of the Polytechnique onto Montpetit.
Sagan, a great bike handler, very versatile.
It's 5K to go.
And here we go. We couldn't ask for a better race.
Great finish as Bossenhagen and Sagan, we talked about earlier what a duel that would be in the finale. It's looking good so far. Bossenhagen does have a teammate. I believe that's Norhag, as Gerrans himself now has to weld this back. This is an effort that he probably doesn't want to do. Hegedal's still there. This group is still holding off the remnants of the field, so there's about 20 riders in this lead group with many favorites. Costa's there, Hegedal's there, Sagan, Bossenhagen, Wegman, as Nordhag again accelerates away. He's got a teammate in Bossenhagen. Don't be fooled again by that Norwegian champ jersey. He's causing that hesitation. Great work as Radio Shack takes up the chase. It looks like Zog with the Van Avermaet and Costa, the defending champ.
Lars Petter Nordhug from Tonsberg in Norway at 28 years old. Won the Birkebeiner mountain bike race, 6th in the Tour of the Basque Country. Will be transferring to the Dutch Rabobank team for next season.
That's interesting. Maybe we'll see Rabobank uninterested in chasing him down, but I doubt it.
But he's
got a small gap. It's about 4K to go now.
He and Edvald Bossenhagen have certainly spent plenty of time riding together in the Norwegian program.
Absolutely. They would know each other. It's a small world over there in Norwegian cycling for sure. Again, Vauclair biding his time, tail gunning that front group. Does he have a winning attack similar to the one in Quebec City 2 years ago? We'll see. Gesslin of France Digital looks like he's taking a pull. 155, that's Marco Marcato. He likes to mix it up in the finale. He's a very fast finisher as well. Hegedal looks behind Nordhaug again. There's a gap. There's a response by Liquigas. It's not Sagan this time, but one of his teammates, followed by Vacon Soleil. So kind of a pursuit up there, one by one by one. We're about 3K to go to the finish.
This has been a spectacular treat for all of us cycling fans to witness this race today.
This is an incredible move by Nordhaug. He's really resisted well. It wasn't like a super strong attack, but he's been inching out the gap here to these two chasers. That's Liquigas, Vacon Soleil, as the Rabobank rider in behind is looking around, getting no help. It looks like Vauclair has finally made it to the front. Rui Costa, defending champ, #1. Stalking Simon Gerrans. That might be a wise tactic as Kolobnev goes off the left, as Chris Anker Sorensen from Saxo Bank goes right. Can these attacks bring back the attack of Nordhaug here of Team Sky, the Norwegian rider? He's got about a 5-second gap over the field. You've got two riders caught in between. Two usually can catch one, but the closing stages of the race, the legs are a little different. Nordhaug's resisting very, very well here. It looks like the hesitation in behind. Liquigas Sagan is that himself sitting up and forcing the other riders to make a decision. So Sagan's playing the loyal teammate to his teammate in the chase group here, as Kolobnev, the Russian rider on Katusha, is bridging up to the two chasers. This is 2K to go, folks. This is no hesitation here now, as Hegedal's group is a little bit on the back foot, as we see Nordhaug again resisting very well. The three riders have now come together. That's Kolobnev, has made it to the back wheel of those chasers. So three riders now in the chase.
There's Hegedal right there.
Right behind Chris Anker Sorensen. Hegedal needs the services of his teammate Wegman, but he's at the very back of this group. So not good teamwork here by Garmin, as Hegedal decides to attack to try to go across.
He's going to have to do it alone, Gordon.
Kolobnev now attacks under the kilometer to go, the Russian rider. Can he get a gap here? Hesitation from the Liquigas rider. This could be devastating. Kolobnev sees it. The three riders are hesitating. This is a big, strong move by Kolobnev. He's getting arrow. He's got the downhill. Here's our hairpin that we talked about, Peter. Could there be a mistake? Could it be a deadly mistake?
This is one part of the course that anything could happen. Hegedal pushing from the back.
Might be too little too late for the group. The podium might come from these four riders in front. Kolobnev gingerly takes that turn, followed by Liquigas. Vacon Soleil. Nordhaug must be tired from his solo effort earlier as they kick out of the turn. Kolobnev's got the winning gap. He's a fast finisher as well. And he looks like he's very strong. He's in the drops. Liquigas coming across. It's too late, I think, for the Russian. He's going to taste victory here in Canada. Alexander Kolobnev, the Russian rider from Team Katusha.
Hegedal right there. You see him in the blue and coming across the finish line. It's going to be a big battle, but it looks like Team Katusha is going to take it here. Look at the grimace, and now a break by Sagan. Oh my!
Liquigas rider coming up for the win. Can Nordhaug re-kick? Nordhaug, one more kick for the win. Can he do it? Team Sky, yes! Nordhaug.
Nordhaug launches himself, and the crowd going nuts here.
Unbelievable victory for Nordhaug. Got caught, but still dispatches him for the victory.
We wondered if he had enough left, and he did. What a race for the Norwegian.
Well, after that U-turn, Peter, that was all gut check. I mean, it was one by one by one. Kolobnev drew his guns first, fired a big bullet out of that U-turn. The liquid gas rider, I still don't know his identity. We thought it might be Sagan, but it wasn't. And he was fine second place, but Nordhaug somehow found the reserves to kick like the third time and come across for the victory, congratulated by Boston Hagen. Great job, Team Sky. Their dominance continues. They've won the Tour de France. Now they win a big race here in Montreal. Great finish to this race, Peter.
Absolutely incredible, and here it is in replay.
See, he draws a line on the back wheel, gets a little draft, slingshots. The liquid gas rider knows it's done. I think that might be...
Well, in any event, across the finish line.
Moser.
Yeah, it was certainly not Sagan.
Yeah, I think it was Moser in second place there for liquid gas. They're all at totally red line from the bottom of that corner, and again, it was just who had the best legs and who, in this case, I think had the most determination and who played it right. He went from wheel to wheel. He jumped from Kolobna's wheel, bridged up to that, got a little draft, slingshotted, got back up to Moser, and took the win. And a great job by the Norwegian rider for Team Sky.
Just an incredible race. And what a beautiful place to see it in. And here comes the Norwegian once again, the charging Viking on the attack. He has dug deep and across the finish line to win the Grand Prix of Montreal. Wow, what a race.
Back in behind, you see, I think that's Marcato in fifth, and Simon Gerrans, a little bit too late. Didn't have a teammate up there that had really any benefit to him. He's going to come across in sixth place, it looks like. Ryder Hesjedal, you can't blame him. He rode very aggressively. He took that key turn off the descent of Mont Royal. That was the real kind of crucial moment for that group of 20 to have a chance to win. He took another stab at it at the Polytechnique when Van Avermaet was solo. So Van Avermaet might have drew his guns, might have panicked a bit, but he certainly took his chance to win. Hesjedal did a great job to try to win himself, but you know, Nordhaug kind of slipped away, and he needed the help of Boston Hagen to kind of create that hesitation in the group. You know, two guys came up to him, eventually a fourth, and Nordhaug came up with the goods with an incredible sprint up that up the Avenue du Parc there in Montreal.
And Boston Hagen had a much better day today than he did in Quebec City.
Yeah, Team Sky, they did a great job. Obviously, Boston Hagen was very influential with the way this race played out. And it's good to see a rider of that stature, you know, work for somebody else and sacrifice his chances for his teammate. And that was, maybe that's indicative of Team Sky. You know, you saw all the sacrifice they've done at the Tour de France for Brad Wiggins and Cavendish, of course.
And there we see Lars Petter Nordhaug of the Sky team in Norway is going to take it here today. Moser in second, and you see the rest of the top 10. An incredible, incredible day. And you're looking at third place now.
Pour lui remettre son bouquet, merci d'accueillir le directeur senior, pièces et services après-vente de Kia Canada, Monsieur John Yonker Anderson.
Representing Kia of Canada with the flowers to Alexander Kolobnev.
En deuxième position,
all the teams that
second
flew
place de
in
l'équipe Liquid Gas Canada, le numéro 56, Moreno Moser.
And there is second place today.
You know, here's another case where a lieutenant gets the spoils. You know, everyone's looking at Peter Sagan and Pierre Dion of TVA. Looks like he's a Québécois fan too, judging by his jersey.
Et le grand vainqueur du Grand Prix Cycliste de Montréal 2012, the winner de l'équipe Sky, le numéro 46, Lars Petter Nordhaug.
And there he is, Lars Petter Nordhaug of Norway, clinching a very, very big win in his career.
Pour lui remettre son bouquet
the flowers being presented by my boss at Cycling Canada Cyclisme. That's John Tolkamp, doing a great job for the
Et pour lui remettre son trophée de vainqueur, merci d'accueillir la responsable des sports, des loisirs et des événements sportifs internationaux, membre du comité exécutif de la ville de Montréal, Madame Manon Barbe.
Team Sky.
they're really
Mesdames et messieurs,
lovely
ladies
trophies.
and gentlemen, votre podium du Grand Prix Cycliste de Montréal 2012.
And once again, the crowd very appreciative by the efforts they have seen. And a look at our podium.